Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Kendall and I unfortunately couldn't do our weekly stream where we talk about the Premier League, but lucky for us, Chelsea played Newcastle this weekend away. So we have that to talk about as well. So Ken, thanks for joining me kind of last minute. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you back again. Was hoping to get to see you in London, but obviously didn't happen. I know, so sad, but we'll sort something out soon, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to the game at the weekend at all. I'm really not.
I'm already planning my next London trip, and if you come to Madrid, it's like perfect. Hopefully,
Exactly.
some Atletico game. But
Yes.
I was gonna ask you, like, how you feeling, because I don't know why I feel like Newcastle are always our bogey team. Is that how you say it? Like bogey team?
Yeah.
Like we always drop points against Newcastle at home, away. Always, it just feels like one of those teams that's so hard for us to play against. So you're not, that doesn't make you feel like confident at all?
No, not at all. Especially the way that we are. We still haven't won this season yet. I can only not imagine that it's going to happen against Chelsea. So don't worry about that one. The last couple of games that we've ended up with the draw or something, it's always been last minute. Like I think Isaac Hayden the last time scored in the 94th minute or something to get a draw. With you guys, or it might be 1-0 actually. I can't remember now. But yeah, everyone says that about us. A lot of teams say we're their bogey team. And I'm like, no, yes, maybe, but not at the moment. We're no one's bogey team this year. We're our own at the moment. So yeah, I'm not confident. I can't see it. The only thing I can see maybe happening is we haven't got Steve Bruce anymore. This is the first game at home where we haven't had Steve Bruce. Obviously the atmosphere will probably be a little bit better now because he's not there, so it won't be toxic towards him. And you guys have obviously got Lukaku and Werner missing. I don't know if they're back yet, but they are currently missing at this point. So if they're still missing at the weekend, that helps us a little bit, but not much. It doesn't make much of a difference to us probably.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing about Chelsea this season is that most of our goals have been coming from defenders and midfielders and not so much from the attackers. Like Ben Chilwell has scored in 4 consecutive matches now, which is just absolutely insane.
Wow.
But we don't really have an attacking unit that's set in stone, really. And that's the thing as a Chelsea fan that makes me a little bit nervous about this game, is because I feel that you can rely on the defense and the midfields, but in order to really truly be convincing and win games and fight for a title, really, I feel like you have to have that attack sorted. And it just seems like we don't know who our best attacking options are. Nobody's really performing all of that well. Lukaku's out, Werner's out. Pulisic is apparently back in training, but he's not going to be thrown into the game against Newcastle either. So it's just I feel like we haven't been having such great performances. The Norwich one was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. But other than that, I haven't been so incredibly convinced, oh yes, definitely we're going to win, when we've been playing.
That's because you're level-headed. Some people aren't. Some football fans aren't level-headed and they just get carried away. But no, you're I can see what you mean. It's just as I've said to you before, several times on these shows about Chelsea, I just can't see past the way Tuchel coaches the team. So even when you guys don't play well, you still end up seeming to get results. So that worries me because we don't play well at all anyway, regardless. We don't know our best 11 still at this point. Obviously we've got Graham Jones as interim and he probably doesn't really know what direction he's going to take because he wants to steer away from what Steve Bruce was doing, but whilst also making sure that it works, because we don't have time to experiment at all right at this current time. We're still 19th in the league, and we need something that actually works. And we really, the next couple of games now before we get into December, because our December is horrible. It is so bad. We've got Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Everton, Arsenal.
Well, Man United now.
we've got everyone. So in December, but yeah, Man United might get a result there. You don't know. But yeah, I still can't see past Chelsea. I think the thing that you are saying about obviously the goals coming from defenders, that's a good thing, I think. I know obviously you want the attackers to be scoring, but if you've got goals coming from all over the pitch, you know, you're still probably going to get a result there. But I can't see us getting anything out of this game. If we'll not win, but by any stretch of the imagination, like we'll not win. But if we do manage to get a result, it'll only be a draw. There's no way we'll win it. No way.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I have PTSD from playing Newcastle. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks a lot about the team, like you said, that like even though we haven't been playing amazing, I thought that Norwich were dominated, but they're also bottom of the league. I was at the game. I didn't even realize there was a red card in that game. Like I had absolutely no idea because you're just screaming for the goals and like they don't tell you what's going on. I didn't see a decision come up or anything, and I was watching the highlights and I was like, there was a red card. So like I missed this completely.
You were enjoying yourself too much, enjoying it.
The free champagne, the 3 sweet.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's the only thing that like worries me a teensy bit is that I feel like eventually it's going to bite us in the butt a little bit that we haven't necessarily clicked out of second gear. I just feel like there's still another level for the Chelsea team to go. But we have been scoring way more goals than last season. Last season we were scoring like winning by 1-0, maybe a 2-0, 2-1. And now we are scoring more goals, but I don't know, Ken. I feel very nervous. I'm always nervous ahead of every Chelsea game, so don't blame me, guys. But who would you say is like maybe the top 1 or 2 players that you're most afraid to play against, or most afraid for Newcastle to play against?
To be honest, I think when we spoke about this last time, I said it was like always the defense, and it still is a little bit because like I don't think we'll be able to handle the press from you guys. So like from the likes of Chilwell, for example, or like Mount, who suddenly become like he's suddenly on form again now. Loftus Cheek, who's like had a really massive turnaround this season. Like I don't think they'll be able to handle that press unless we stay organised. I'm assuming that we're going to go 5 at the back again, like 3 at the back and 2 wing backs because unless Graham Jones looks at it and thinks actually we better just stay a stable 4 at the back. I honestly don't know how he's going to set up because it was 5 at the back against Crystal Palace. And to be fair, we actually dealt with their pressure quite well. It was just they didn't have the finishing boots on whatsoever. That game, Benteke missed a good few chances. So I honestly don't know how the game's going to go at all because watching you guys against Norwich, I was like, oh my god, like praise. I don't know what we're gonna do. I was like, might have to pray for this.
The last time we scored that many.
Yeah, might have to pray for this one. But hopefully we're just better set up. And I think if obviously a little bit, your defense was so good last season, but Mendy has been really like the captain of like your team this season, if you know what I mean. Like he's got you out of a lot of situations, especially against Brentford. I think he helped you guys in that game a lot. So we can't shoot as it is. The only person who scores goals for us is Callum Wilson. So that really worries me because I'm like, you've got a world-class goalkeeper, but who I think is currently world-class in Mendy in goal, and we can only score with Callum Wilson. So that worries me a lot, like big time. I think it sounds mad because normally you would never pick a goalkeeper out as being like the threat that you're worried about, but I think he worries me because it's going to be easy for him to save the shots that we have, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's mad. I think, well, last time I saw this on Twitter, I'm not sure if it still is, I think he hasn't let any goals in, so I think it would be, but his save percentage was like 96% or something. Wow. Like absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if he can constantly outperform, like that's just not normal to have a save percentage that high, which is also a little bit worrying that the amount of shots that we've been conceding has been a lot more than last season as well. But I think there's just been so much movement across that defense as well. Like last season you knew more or less who the back 5 was going to be, and maybe you had one person come in or out. But this season you can't pick. You literally have no idea. Against Southampton, we saw Ben Chilwell come in as a right wing back, and I was like, what is going on? This is like, why is Alonso still on the pitch? And then I realized that Chilwell was playing as a right wing back. So it'll be interesting. But what do you think that will be the key for Newcastle to get a result in this match?
It's just staying organised, literally just matching Tuchel in terms of organisation and playing the team as it should. We can't leave enough space because you've got so many players in there who will dominate that space. We've just got to stay as a cohesive unit and use like counter-attacking abilities to the best, because we've made the third most tackles in the league this season, and that's because we don't play possession football. We're always fighting back for possession, and it worries me that the way you guys play, how well drilled you are all of the time and reliable, that if you like just have the possession all the time, we're going to be struggling because we're going to end up tired like immediately because we're fighting back for the ball all the time. So that really, really, really worries me. As I say, I genuinely don't know how this game is going to go. I don't know how we're going to set up. I don't know like anything at all, because we're in limbo really at the moment with everything that's going on. We don't really know what is going on. The only saving grace is that everybody's fit and everybody's back. We don't have any injuries at this moment, and everyone's fit. So hopefully everyone's, fighting and at their best of their ability, because we're really going to have to be at the weekend. We're really, really going to have to be on top form.
Do you think that Newcastle are going to sit back and just try to absorb all of the pressure and kind of play deep? Because that's something that I feel like Chelsea usually struggle to break down, and we see a lot of teams do that as a tactic, because we just can't find space in between the lines. It's just so tight.
I think so, because I don't think we have necessarily the ability to push forward and keep defensively solid at the same time. The good thing about that is if we do play deep and then counter attack, obviously we've got like the likes of St. Maximin there, who obviously is going to be targeted because he's the main guy in our team. So we have that element, but yeah, we'll sit very deep, play very, safe at the back and just defensive. And it's not pretty at the best of times, but as you say, if you struggle against that type of team, I think that's what we'll do, because luckily Graham Jones, who is obviously our interim manager at the moment, he's a tactical coach, so he will have looked at that and probably watched Chelsea and watched their games, and he'll know what they struggle against. So maybe that we might do that, but as I say, I really don't know how it's going to go at all. Can't see us getting a win whatsoever.
So what's your score prediction? It's good I'm always realistic as well. At least I try to be as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
But what's your score prediction for this match?
So I never want to predict us to lose. I always say that because then everyone will blame me if we lose. But like, you said we're going to lose, so we lost. So I never like us to lose, but I also don't want to sound deluded. So I don't think we're going to win. And the way that we can't even score goals at the moment, I can't see us getting several goals. So I'll go 1-1 if we sit very deep and kind of don't let you guys through, but I can't see that happening. I'm just going to say 1-1 because I don't know what else it'll be, and I don't want to predict Juice to win. So that's me. That's where I'm at.
Who's going to be the goal scorer for? Who do you think that for both teams? I'm curious.
Wilson for us, 100%. It's the only one who scores goals. Wilson for us, and I will say Mount for you guys.
Interesting. I'm gonna go for Chelsea win because
You have to.
I would feel bad predicting a draw. I'm gonna go for 2-0. I think it's going to be difficult to break down, and I don't think that you guys are going to crumble. Like I was really shocked at how many goals we scored against Norwich, because it was just like one after another, and I was not expecting that at all. So I don't think it's going to be that high. I can't think straight. That high of a goal. That high of a goal score match. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do you say this in English? What is English? Like, It's been a long day, guys. I still have climbing
Exactly.
class after this. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. All right, my Wi-Fi seems to be crapping out a bit already, but I think we got to everything. I wanted to make this like a short and sweet stream so that you guys could watch it and it would be easy to digest, and it hopefully has a bit of a shelf life until the match. So, Ken, thanks so much for coming on to chat all about Newcastle Chelsea.
No, thank you. Always have me. Absolute pleasure always. Hopefully we'll be back next week with our review and our weekend review. Hopefully it's not a bad one for me. I expected it might be, but
we're at odds
it's
this
not,
week.
yeah.
We're at odds.
So yeah, thank you as always.
Anytime, guys. Make sure to follow Kendall, and I'll link her YouTube channel as well in the description below. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this match preview. Let me know what your score predictions are and who you think the goal scorers are going to be. I want to know. So, guys, thanks again for watching. Until next time, we're out.